Have you ever noticed that climbing the stairs feels just a little bit harder these days? Or maybe you've found yourself reaching for the armrest to get up from your favorite chair more often than you used to. It's not just in your head. Our bodies change as we age, and one of the most noticeable changes is how our muscles seem to fade away if we're not careful. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept that as the norm. There's something simple, something you can start doing today that can help you hold on to your strength and vitality. And no, it doesn't involve spending hours at the gym or following some complicated diet plan. It's all about one food that might already be sitting in your pantry. In this video, I want to share with you why muscle loss happens as we get older and what you can do to slow it down, or even reverse it. We'll talk about practical steps you can take, starting today, to feel stronger and more energetic. Because let's face it, life is so much better when you can move around without feeling like every step is a struggle. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's dive into how you can take control of your health, one bite at a time. Let's start by talking about why muscle loss happens in the first place. You might have heard of something called sarcopenia. It's a fancy word for the gradual loss of muscle mass that comes with aging. Now, this isn't just about looking toned or fitting into your old clothes. Muscle loss affects everything from your balance to your energy levels. It can make everyday activities, like carrying groceries or playing with your grandkids, feel like a chore. And here's the kicker. Sarcopenia starts earlier than you might think. For many people, it begins in their 40s and 50s, but it really picks up speed after 60. The good news is that it's not inevitable. With the right habits, you can keep your muscles strong and healthy well into your golden years. One of the biggest culprits behind muscle loss is something we often overlook: protein. Now, I know what you're thinking. I eat protein. I have eggs for breakfast sometimes. But here's the thing. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using the protein we eat. This means that even if you're eating the same amount of protein you did when you were younger, your body might not be getting enough to maintain your muscles. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. You need more water to keep it full. In this case, your muscles are the bucket, and protein is the water. So, how much protein do you actually need? Experts recommend that seniors aim for about 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. That might sound like a lot, but it's easier to achieve than you think. For example, a 3-ounce serving of chicken breast has about 26 grams of protein. Pair that with a side of quinoa or beans, and you're well on your way to meeting your goal. But here's the catch. Not all protein sources are created equal. Some foods pack more of a punch than others, and there's one in particular that stands out when it comes to building and maintaining muscle. That food is lean beef. Now, before you dismiss this idea because you think red meat isn't good for you, hear me out. Lean cuts of beef, like sirloin or ground beef that's 90% lean or higher, are packed with high-quality protein and important nutrients like iron, zinc, and vitamin B12. These nutrients aren't just good for your muscles, they also support your immune system, energy levels, and overall health. The key is moderation. You don't need to eat steak every day, but including lean beef in your diet a few times a week can make a big difference. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, what if I don't eat meat? What if I'm vegetarian or vegan? Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. There are plenty of plant-based protein options that can help you meet your needs too. Foods like lentils, chickpeas, tofu, and tempeh are all excellent sources of protein. The trick is to combine them in ways that give you a complete amino acid profile. For example, pairing rice and beans together creates a protein powerhouse that your muscles will love. But protein alone isn't enough. To truly protect your muscles, you also need to think about how you're moving your body. Strength training is a game changer when it comes to fighting muscle loss. I'm not talking about lifting heavy weights or doing anything extreme. Simple exercises like squats, lunges, or even using resistance bands can work wonders. The key is consistency. Start small and gradually increase the intensity as you get stronger. Think of it like watering a plant. The more care and attention you give it, the healthier it becomes. Now that we've covered the importance of protein and strength training, let's talk about another factor that plays a big role in keeping your muscles strong: hydration. You might not think of water as being directly related to muscle health, but it absolutely is. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, cramps, and even muscle loss over time. As we age, our sense of thirst can diminish, which makes it easy to forget to drink enough water. A good rule of thumb is to aim for at least 8 glasses a day, but listen to your body. If you're sweating or exercising, you might need more. Staying hydrated doesn't have to be boring either. If plain water isn't your thing, try adding slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint to give it some flavor. Herbal teas are another great option, especially if you enjoy a warm drink in the morning or evening. Just be mindful of sugary beverages like sodas or sweetened teas. They might taste good, but they won't do your muscles any favors. Now that we've talked about protein, strength training, and hydration, let's move on to another important piece of the puzzle: sleep. Believe it or not, getting enough rest is crucial for maintaining muscle health. When you sleep, your body repairs and rebuilds muscle tissue. Without adequate rest, all the hard work you put into eating right and exercising can go to waste. But I know that sleep can be tricky as we age. Things like insomnia, frequent waking, or restless nights are common complaints among seniors. The good news is that there are simple strategies you can try to improve your sleep quality. We'll explore those strategies next, along with a few more tips to help you stay strong and vibrant. So stick around, because we're just getting started on this journey to better health. Now that we've covered how protein, strength training, and hydration play a role in keeping your muscles strong, let's talk about sleep. You might not think of sleep as being directly tied to muscle health, but it's actually one of the most important factors. When you're asleep, your body goes into repair mode. It's during those quiet hours of rest that your muscles recover from the day's activities and rebuild themselves stronger than before. Without enough quality sleep, your muscles don't get the chance to heal properly, and over time, this can lead to weakness and fatigue. But here's the challenge: getting good sleep isn't always easy, especially as we age. Maybe you find yourself waking up multiple times during the night, or lying awake for what feels like hours before finally drifting off. Or perhaps you wake up feeling groggy, like you didn't really rest at all. If any of this sounds familiar, don't worry. You're not alone. The good news is that there are simple steps you can take to improve your sleep and give your muscles the rest they need. One of the first things to focus on is creating a bedtime routine. Just like kids thrive on structure, so do adults, even if we don't always admit it. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. A calming pre-bed ritual can also make a big difference. For example, you might enjoy a warm bath, read a book, or listen to soothing music. Avoid screens, like your phone or TV, at least an hour before bed. The blue light they emit can trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to wind down. Another tip is to pay attention to your bedroom environment. Is your room cool, dark, and quiet? These are the ideal conditions for restful sleep. If noise is an issue, consider using a white noise machine or a fan to drown out distractions. And if light sneaks in through the curtains, try blackout shades or an eye mask to create total darkness. Even small changes, like switching to softer bedding or adjusting the temperature, can make your sleep space more inviting. Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something else that's crucial for muscle health: balance. I'm not just talking about physical balance, although that's important too. I'm talking about finding the right balance in your diet and lifestyle. For example, while protein is essential for muscle maintenance, it's not the only nutrient you need. Vitamins and minerals like calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D also play a key role in keeping your muscles and bones strong. Vitamin D in particular is worth highlighting because many seniors don't get enough of it. This vitamin helps your body absorb calcium, which is critical for both bone and muscle function. Unfortunately, as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight. That's why it's important to include vitamin D-rich foods in your diet, like fatty fish, fortified dairy products, or egg yolks. If you're not sure whether you're getting enough, talk to your doctor about testing your levels. They might recommend a supplement if needed. Calcium is another nutrient that often gets overlooked when we think about muscle health. Most people associate calcium with strong bones, but it's also vital for muscle contractions. Without enough calcium, your muscles can cramp or feel weak. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources, but if you're lactose intolerant or prefer plant-based options, you can find calcium in foods like almonds, leafy greens, and fortified plant milks. Pairing these foods with vitamin D-rich ones ensures your body can use the calcium effectively. Speaking of pairing foods, let's circle back to protein for a moment. Earlier, we talked about lean beef and plant-based proteins, but there's another protein source that deserves a spotlight: eggs. Eggs are incredibly versatile and packed with high-quality protein, along with other nutrients like choline, which supports brain health. Plus, they're budget-friendly and easy to prepare. Whether you scramble them, boil them, or bake them into a frittata, eggs are a great way to boost your protein intake without much effort. Of course, no conversation about senior health would be complete without mentioning the importance of staying active throughout the day, not just during structured workouts. Think about all the little movements you do daily, like walking to the mailbox, standing up to stretch, or even dancing while you cook dinner. These small actions add up and contribute to overall muscle health. In fact, research shows that staying active throughout the day can be just as beneficial as formal exercise when it comes to maintaining strength and mobility. If you're someone who spends a lot of time sitting, try setting a timer to remind yourself to get up and move every hour. Even a 2-minute walk around the house or a few gentle stretches can make a difference. Over time, these mini movements help keep your muscles engaged and prevent stiffness. And if you're looking for ways to incorporate more activity into your routine, consider hobbies that naturally involve movement, like gardening, bowling, or swimming. These activities aren't just fun, they're also great for your muscles and joints. As we continue to explore ways to protect your muscles, let's touch on one final point in this section: stress management. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on your body, including your muscles. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, a hormone that, in excess, can break down muscle tissue. While some stress is unavoidable, there are plenty of strategies you can use to manage it effectively. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, or simply spending time outdoors can help calm your mind and reduce cortisol levels. For example, have you ever tried mindful breathing? It's a simple technique where you focus on taking slow, deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. This practice not only lowers stress, but also improves oxygen flow to your muscles, helping them relax and recover. You can do it anywhere, at home, in the car, or even while waiting in line at the grocery store. It's a small habit that can have a big impact on your overall well-being. We'll wrap up this part by diving deeper into some specific strategies for incorporating all these tips into your daily life. From meal planning to finding joy in movement, we'll cover actionable steps you can take to make healthy habits stick. After all, consistency is key when it comes to feeling stronger and more energized. So let's keep going, because the best is yet to come. Now that we've talked about sleep, nutrient balance, staying active throughout the day, and managing stress, let's bring it all together with some practical ways to make these habits part of your everyday life. After all, knowledge is great, but action is what truly transforms your health. The good news is that you don't have to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Small, consistent changes can add up to big results over time. Let's dive into how you can start implementing these tips in a way that feels manageable and enjoyable. One of the easiest ways to stay on track is to plan ahead, especially when it comes to meals. If you're aiming to get enough protein at every meal, a little preparation can go a long way. For example, try batch cooking lean proteins like grilled chicken, baked salmon, or even plant-based options like lentils and chickpeas at the start of the week. Portion them out so they're ready to grab when you need them. This way, You're not scrambling to figure out what to eat, and you're more likely to stick to your goals. Pairing these proteins with colorful vegetables and whole grains not only makes your meals more nutritious, but also keeps them interesting. Who says healthy eating has to be boring? If cooking feels overwhelming, don't hesitate to simplify. There are plenty of quick and easy recipes that take minimal effort but still pack a punch in terms of nutrition. For instance, scrambled eggs with spinach and tomatoes take less than 10 minutes to prepare and provide a solid dose of protein, vitamins, and antioxidants. Or, if you're short on time, a smoothie made with Greek yogurt, frozen berries, and a handful of spinach can be a delicious and filling option. The key is to find meals that you genuinely enjoy, because if you like what you're eating, you're more likely to stick with it. Speaking of sticking with it, let's talk about finding joy in movement. Exercise doesn't have to feel like a chore. It can actually be something you look forward to. Think about activities that make you smile, whether it's dancing to your favorite tunes, taking a scenic walk in nature, or trying a beginner yoga class. These aren't just exercises, they're opportunities to connect with yourself and the world around you. And the best part, you don't need to do hours of it to see benefits. Even 20-30 minutes a day can make a noticeable difference in your strength and energy levels. If you're new to exercise or feeling unsure where to start, consider working with a trainer who specializes in senior fitness. They can help you design a program tailored to your needs and abilities, ensuring you're doing movements that are safe and effective. Plus, having someone guide you through the process can boost your confidence and keep you motivated. And remember, progress takes time. Celebrate the small victories along the way, like being able to lift a heavier weight or walk a bit farther than before. Every step forward is worth acknowledging. Another important piece of the puzzle is staying connected with others. Social interaction plays a bigger role in your health than you might realize. Studies show that people who maintain strong social ties tend to live longer, healthier lives. Whether it's joining a walking group, attending a cooking class, or simply catching up with friends over coffee, these connections can inspire you to stay active and engaged. Plus, having a support system makes it easier to stick to your goals. When you share your journey with others, you're more likely to stay accountable and motivated. Now, I know life can get busy, even in retirement, and sometimes it feels like there aren't enough hours in the day. That's why it's important to prioritize what matters most. Start by focusing on 1 or 2 changes at a time. Maybe this week, you commit to adding more protein to your breakfast. Next week, you could try going for a short walk after dinner. By building slowly and steadily, you'll create habits that last without feeling overwhelmed. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Age is just a number. Your 60s, 70s, and beyond can be some of the most fulfilling years of your life if you take care of yourself. You have the power to shape your health and happiness, one small choice at a time. Whether it's choosing lean beef for dinner, taking a few moments to stretch, or simply drinking an extra glass of water, every decision counts. And the best part, you don't have to do it alone. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. What steps are you taking to stay strong and vibrant? Before we say goodbye, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life at any age. Sharing this video with a friend or family member could also brighten their day and inspire them to make positive changes too. Together, we can create a community of seniors who are thriving, not just surviving. Here's to living your best life, no matter your age. You've got this, and I'm rooting for you every step of the way. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, your muscles are worth it.